Best of 2022, everybody. Alrighty. Finally. Probably should have ended your for this one. But anyways, we'll be starting with I'm going to do what I tried to do last year. Have some honorable mentions, have some high honorable mentions that are sort of list worthy, but I just couldn't, really number them. I'm just going to leave them as that kind of a thing, and then have a top 10 that were at least not top 10 worthy, and then do the top 10. And we're just going to start with our honorable mentions. No particular order. Stick to your Spectre by Stick to Your Guns. Pretty good hardcore. Misery Index, also pretty good hardcore. Misery Index is Complete Control. Good sludge metal as always from Crowbar, Zero and Below. Combat Kids Heavy Steps. Wasn't a bad way to introduce 2022. The new Demon Hunter record. That's name is escaping me for some stupid reason. But yeah, I loved this thing. And I loved one of its features, which we'll get to that eventually. Nothing More Spirits. The Remember That You Will Die by Polyphia was fun instrumental. Whee! There it went. Surprisingly, the Cults, The Midnight Sun, Under the Midnight Sun, was, at least by the end of it, was nice. Some interesting some actually not too bad post-grunge in Oni, Loathing Light. Just never went back to it as much. Honestly, this one shouldn't be in the honorable mentions. It should be the high honorable mentions. But yeah, the new Sunsleeper record. I'll fix that eventually. I had a mix-up from last night, I guess. The new Lamb of God. Omens, definitely better than the last record. I wouldn't say it's Storm and Drain or your As the Palaces Burn or anything like that, but yeah. First time with Fire of the Gods, Civil Revolution, pretty good. Billy Howardell. Bill's new record here. His debut album, that's name is escaping me, but you all in the comments can correct me. That's fine. New Temple of the Void here, summoning the Slayer. Thornhill's Heroine was pretty good Deftones score. Still not dance so far. The reason why it's here, not as good as what I enjoyed from their last record for sure. Malevolence, Malicious Intent. Kirk Hammett's Portals. Speaking of what I was trying to say about the Demon Hunter thing, frontman with Evergrey was on that. Was a feature on that, and this is their album Heartless Portrait, my first Evergrey record, and I was impressed with this thing. Very impressed. I'm glad I got the chance to slightly talk about New Porcupine Tree with Closure Continuum, but I understood that if some people didn't like it as much, though I feel like it's at least better sense of closure than what you'd expect from their last release in The Incident. So, not as good as their last record, but, the unraveling of Pup, the band, by Pup. But it was fun for what it was. Underworld's Voyeurist. That was good. I liked the new Crosses as well, but, for an EP, I understood it was what it needed to be, but I don't remember liking the Crosses record as much as I thought I did, but the last one. Steve Vai, his recent album. Yes, I don't know why I'm forgetting the name of it, but yeah, that record. And The Smile, a light of attracted attention. Good side project, good Radiohead side project to keep, or the thing we're probably going to listen to, since we don't know if Radiohead's ever going to be a thing again. So there is that. And now for some high honorables. Welcome to Club 13 by the Drive-By Truckers. First time I listened to a record from them. Eventually I did hear better records eventually on the way later in the year. Their Southern rock opera specifically. Voivod Synchro Anarchy. Took me another listen or two, but it grew on me a bit. Yeah, I can understand why a lot of people like this Voivod album. For sure, and I probably need to give the rest of their discography another chance. Mind Force, New Lords, good. Great hardcore, especially if you liked the earlier releases from Feel Like Your Cro-Mags and your I'm trying to remember the recent band. Why am I forgetting them? Because I love their last album, the band I'm thinking of. But anyways, some good new metal here from all the way from India. Bloody Wood, Rock Shock. Good stuff. And I did enjoy the New Zealand order here. Very good stuff. Persephone's Metanoia. This band puts black and black metal. But yeah, Persephone's Metanoia. I love the old intro with the dude from I'm blanking, I'm sorry. But oh well, you'll know what I mean when you listen to the record. Holy Fawns, Dimensional Bleed. Oof. That's some good post-metal. Baraki, Rashomon, the project that Isan and Matt Heafy of Trivium did together. That was really good. It was nice to finally see Elder back on this list with an 8 passage. Back to where they needed to be. Granted, they're seemingly more rock now at this point than they are metal, but that's fine. The Dream Widow project. That was a tough one. That became a little bit of a tougher listen, thanks to due to the unfortunate tie-in with it being released on the day of Taylor Hawkins' passing, but and also probably better than the movie itself. Well, City of 666. Astronoids, Radiant Blue. Wish I could have had it higher, but I just wasn't feeling it as much as I thought I was. Could have had this way higher, honestly, but I had to put in high honorable mentions because it's not as rock-oriented, I guess, and it's really a covers record. Mark Tremonti sings Frank Sinatra. Though it won't be the first time you'll be hearing from Mark Tremonti on this list. That's for sure. The new LS Dune record, Past Lives. Quite the supergroup, I'm telling you. Shit. Endless Hallway from He Is Legend. Somehow bringing back some of their older, more post-hardcore, more screamo-ish sound I guess they had. Post-hardcore sound with the sludge metal they've been doing a lot more lately, and it's surprisingly good. I enjoyed this puppy record here. It was a grower, but it just grew on me. I can't say it's better than their last album, The Goat, but I just check it out. Dead Cross 2. Another great Mike Patton project. Still, the fact that they were able to pull another one and it wasn't a sophomore slump. Ken Moulds Knoll. I prefer this over the God's Country record. Jesus. Even though the God's Country record I think is going to somehow wind up in here somewhere. Maybe. Greg Puciato's Mirror Cell. Oof, that was a good one as well. Worth checking out as well. Cave-In's Heavy Pendulum. First time I've really dealt with this band, even though I know about their other projects, Mutoid Man and whatever the other project that members of this band involved with members of Converge were. I'm forgetting. But anyways, I enjoyed this. I feel like it's kind of a mold of those other two projects with this comeback record. I wanted to put it more on the actual list, but the Spirit Box, yes. Absolutely. Love this EP enough that I would say that making a full length like this and the band is set. That hits like it does. Spirit World's Death Western. If you like your Pantera, you'll love this. Like your Pantera a little bit. Your Lamb of Gods, but with a little bit more of a way, with even more Western motif. You'll love this thing for sure. Hangman's Chair, a loner. Good post-metal. Really good post-metal in the doomy side. In the best kind of way. And of course, I want to put them all together at the same time. Fear of the Dawn. Entering Heaven Alive by Jack White. I love this is a better version of Boarding House Reach, and this is the closest thing to what I enjoyed from Jack White's solo project since their first record, Blunderbuss, and altogether quite an accomplishment from them. I almost wanted to put it on the list proper, but that's not the case, which leads us to this. To our top 10, starting with White Lord's False Light. I enjoyed this album very, very much. For a band that combines black metal, post-punk, a little closer to no wave, almost like very jazzy saxophone, almost has a very swing kind of a thing at points, or at least has a noir feel to it, at points. Great Ukrainian band. Shame what's going on with you guys over there, having to put up with Russia's bullshit and Putin and all that crap. Though, I mean, must have gave you the energy to put up one hell of a record here, though. So I feel bad for you guys, but you know, given it led to this, I can't complain too much. I guess I don't know how else to put it. I mean, I still feel for you guys in Ukraine, and this album's any indication how much I should. It's yeah, for sure with that. That's number 10. Number 9, Rollo Tomasi's Where Myth Becomes Memory. Good progressive metalcore. Also some good female vocals, but they're not the only ones that pulled that off this year. We'll get to that later. Psychonauts Violate Consensus Reality. If you like your Baroness and your Mastodon, and yeah, this record's gonna hit you pretty good stuff. Yeah, it was hard not to put this on this list for that reason. It just hits the right ways, and it's very Tool-y, and you know how I am about Tool, so very Tool-y in a good way. Speaking of bands that also incorporate Tool a little bit into their music from time to time, Allegiance, Damnum. That one definitely was an early candidate for a long time, early on, so yeah. That's why it's on this list, but some albums found a way to be better later on in 2022. They Fear Us by Ithaca, the title track alone, jeez. Even the final track on this record is a nice little 80s throwback style that shows her clean range capabilities. Also, the groove on that title track is just hard to deny. But this is where things get a little bit to where it's more a me thing than anything. And because not a lot of people have it as their best of the year, but it was such a fun record. And that's going to be a theme throughout most of these records for me. Or at least when we get to the end of it. Cancer Bats, If I Could Jailbreak. What a fun, sludgy, hardcore, stoner, sludgy, hardcore band that knows how to properly infuse Black Sabbath with hardcore in the best and most fun way. In a way that almost feels kind of like a perfect, like how if Black Sabbath made a skate punk record or something. It's just, so good. Just so fucking good. Sure, there might have been better records from their past, but, you know, that is what it is. I believe that was number 6. Forgot to say the other numbers for the other ones, but I'll put them in the descriptions below. Technically, this would be my number 5. Without Waves Comedian. was awesome. Really, definitely by this point, it really was like this was a record that eventually took my top spot for sure for a long time up until April. Up until April, you'll know when you get to it. But yeah, I like, and in fact, or at least it gave me the Devin Townsend feels I needed. Told me over number until Devin Townsend released Lightwork and Nightwork. I'm telling you, ugh. Hell, even Nightwork is like the best bonus disc since freaking, ugh. Since Transcendence, I had not enjoyed a bonus secondary album since, even though I feel like it should be. A lot of people say Nightwork should have been the album instead of Lightwork, even though I think they're both perfect on their own. Perfect on their own and together as one whole experience. Very much so. And yeah, if you want to get, and it's probably worth buying the deluxe just because this album's worth that much. Devin finally, after last year, Devin needed to come up with something to make up for it, and he did with this. Very, very pleased with this. Pleased with this. Good progressive metal, just like the last one. And number 3, Soilworks Overgiven Hathen. This is melodic death metal for me. Sure, you could kind of say that about the Allegiant thing, but that one's a little more progressive and technical. This one has some sort of progressive-ish elements to it, but it's like sort of reaching for Mopeth and like maybe Evergrey, but for the most part, this is some good melodic death metal. That pretty much, like, because I've heard the other melodic death metal records, the Halo Effect was okay, but it wasn't this. Ugh. What a great record. What a great record. It just stuck with me a lot, and to the point where I couldn't really go back to the earlier discography stuff, which I should do, but I know when Soilwork decides to release another one, I'm going to do so with that. I've been wanting to talk about Alter Bridge for a while with Pawns and Kings. And yeah, I haven't liked an album this much from them since Fortress. And I almost feel like it's beaten out Fortress, but I'm still debating on that. Hell, I debate on whether or not this was gonna wind up number 1, but you know, after a while, I realized that the album that was number 1 for a while needed to stay there because it was just that much more fun of an album than this one. And now, for number 1, drumroll please. Y'all probably knew this was coming if you checked up with my channel. Phototroph by Moontooth. Was it gonna be any other album besides this one possibly? No. I enjoyed the hell out of this thing this year. I mean, a lot of this, right? Well, granted, as you've noticed, a lot of it was metal lately. But it was nice to see one that kind of, between the Pawns and Kings record and this thing, being more rocker and it's just fun. A progressive metal record that knows how to get in and out and just rock your socks off and just be fun and worth sticking around for you, that can easily be something you'd want to recommend to other people, and I've been able to, and it's just been so good, just so good. I can't not recommend it enough, guys. It's just such a good, it's really that good of an album to me, you know. And it stuck with me a lot for 2022. It just kind of made my day throughout of it, even during tougher times, you know. It was just fun, just something to put on fun, just to put a smile on my face, you know. That's just what kind of album this was, you know. And how to be, and plus if you got some Midwest butt rock type fans, you need this will easily like change them into better music, including more progressive stuff. So, you know, it's a no duh for me. And Backburner was the blues oriented sounding track I wish I would have come up with. Ugh. Back when I was in a band doing a 12-bar blues thing. I'm just saying. But anyways, guys, that's my top 10 list. What did you guys think of this list? Leave a comment below, let me know. As always, guys, keep it random. The top 10, that's all my honorable mentions. That's what got me through 2022. What did you think? What was your 2022 albums? Leave a comment below, let me know. As always, guys, keep it random. Keep it random, keep it real, keep it rocking. I'll see you in the next video throughout 2023. And take care, y'all.